Before we get into this video, I feel like I have to start off by saying a big thank you for all the Croatian support I've been getting recently. It's absolutely insane. I did do a short documentary on your run to the final, but unfortunately FIFA took it down for copyright because I showed a few goals. But anyway, thank you all for subscribing and leaving nice comments, it really means a lot.
It's time for
The Premier League is the biggest and best football division in the entire world. It's consisted of 20 teams since 1995 with 3 new entries every year. This season the 3 new teams entering the Premier League are Wolverhampton Wanderers, Cardiff City and Fulham. Unlike last season where 2 of the 3 promoted sides were Premier League debutants, all 3 teams this season have played in the Premier League in the last decade. We'll start with Wolves. Wolves were founded in 1877 and were one of the founding members of the Football League, where they have spent every season, bar 6, in the top 2 divisions. One of those 6 seasons came since their most recent relegation from the Premier League. After finishing bottom of the Premier League in 2011-12, Wolves suffered a second straight relegation under football genius Dean Saunders. Kenny Jackett started the rebuilding process under chairman Steve Morgan, and he led Wolves to the League One title with the fans impressively maintaining attendances above 20,000 on average. After a couple of mid-table championship finishes, the Portuguese invaded the Black Country, with fan favourite Nuno Espirito Santo taking over the reins under new ownership in Fosun International. He was given 1 transitional season for rebuilding his squad before firing Wolves to the League One title in style, absolutely ripping the league apart. The 31,000 capacity Molineux Stadium is sure to be rocking next season with Wolves back in the promised land. Next up is Cardiff, who do have a decent claim at being a Premier League-sized club. I mean, they are the second biggest club in their country. Like the 2 other promoted sides, they have been in the Premier League before. However, they have the least amount of Premier League experience. Unfortunately, in their only season, they finished bottom wearing the wrong coloured shirt. They've also had to deal with the fact that their arch rivals have experienced a successful 7-year spell in the top flight, which included an 8th place finish, a League Cup victory after knocking out Liverpool at Anfield and defeating European champions Chelsea over 2 legs. And a memorable European campaign which included a 3-0 win away at Valencia. But to be fair to Cardiff, despite the fact they've had no successes recently and have been massively in Swansea's shadow, they do have an incredible history, with a gobsmacking total of 1 cup victory, coming way back in 1927. Under the forward-thinking hands of Colin, Cardiff is sure to play expansive football next season and survive comfortably. I mean, with a manager who has so much experience of flopping in the Premier League, who could write a book on exactly what not to do as a Premier League manager, there is no chance of Cardiff being anywhere near the drop zone. Finally, we have playoff winners Fulham. The unique club based in a cottage overlooking the River Thames have returned to the Premier League after a 4-year absence. The cottages have been widely praised for the exciting football they've played under Slavisa Jokanovic, and with the likes of Tom Kearney, Ryan Sessegnon and Alexander Mitrovic impressing so much last season, the West Londoners will be hoping that form crosses over to this season, and that they can make a big impact in the Premier League. It could be argued that until their most recent relegation, Fulham are going through the strongest period in their history, with the culmination coming in the 2009-10 season where they reached the Europa League final. It was by no means an easy run as well. They had to face Champions League regulars Roma and Basel in the group, which included a 3-2 away win at Basel in the final game to snatch second place. What followed was a 3-2 aggregate win. Oh, thanks, you're back on now, are you? What followed was a 3-2 aggregate win over yet another Champions League regular in Shakhtar Donetsk. The last 16 saw them face European giants Juventus. After a 3-1 loss in Italy, their chances looked slim. Those chances were squeezed even slimmer after Juventus took the lead at the cottage. But 4 straight goals saw Fulham come from behind to win 5-4 in aggregate and cap off an incredible European night at the cottage. Fulham comfortably saw off Wolfsburg and Hamburg in the quarter-final and semi-final, and that set up a final with Atletico Madrid. Unfortunately for Fulham, Diego Forlan scored a late goal in extra time to snatch a 2-1 win in the final for Atletico. But Fulham fans will be hoping they can create even more great memories now they're back in the big time. So that was a brief overview of the newcomers to the Premier League this season. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to drop a like and share with your friends, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you soon!